There is something clearly wrong with this list. Well, there's actually a lot wrong with this list. But how is Mehdi Taremi not named the best Asian football player of the year? I didn't think I was gonna have to make a video discussing this topic because I thought Mehdi was the clear choice for this year's award. But the Asian Footballing Federation has gone with a stinky poo-poo pick. For the 6th year in a row, Tottenham and South Korea's Son Heung-min wins the award. What the fuck? I just don't understand how Son wins this award yet again this year when he didn't even have one of his best seasons. So the real question is, how does this voting system even work? Let's go through this together so we both can understand what might have gone wrong. 60 judges were invited to vote, including 4 representatives from the AFC nations/regions, which comprise of many of the Asian nations, and I'm not gonna go through reading all of them. And the other 20 jurors were independent Asian football experts or form higher profile media outlets. Before voting, all judges were given 25 player shortlist, but should choose the other eligible players. So this was the ranking and points total each player got, and for some reason Son had an absolute gaping 136 more points than Mehdi. Make this please make sense to me. And on top of all of that, how is Daichi Kamada not even in the top 5? And how in God's name is Salim Al-Dosari in the top 3? 50,000. As I said, there is so much wrong with this list from the Asian Footballing Federation. But all those other problems isn't the topic at hand in this video, but how Mehdi Taremi was robbed. Maybe I'm looking at it all the wrong way. Maybe I need to look at it in a statistical standpoint. So let's do that then. So when you look at their goals and assists head to head through the calendar year of 2022, when it comes to their league stats, Mehdi Taremi got 20 goals and 12 assists, while Son Heung-min got 18 goals and 8 assists. But then when it comes to the Champions League, which is a level playing field for both teams, and if anything, Mehdi plays on a arguably worse team, so it should be harder for him to score and get more service to get goals. He was able to get himself 5 goals and 2 assists, while Son only got himself just 2 goals. But then when it comes to the World Cup, where South Korea were able to get themselves 1 extra game over Iran as they made it to the round of 16, Son was only able to get 1 assist, while Mehdi only was able to play the 3 games and got himself 2 goals and 1 assist. And in total of all those statistics combined, Mehdi Taremi got himself 39 goals and 17 assists compared to Son Heung-min, who got 27 goals and 10 assists. He absolutely smashes him in the goal and assist department. But then the other argument may be, Son plays in the Premier League. He would absolutely kill it if he played in Portugal, while Mehdi plays in the little tiny farmer's town Portuguese league. Sure, that's a very reasonable argument. But when it comes to the Champions League and World Cup, which is actually very much level playing fields for the both of these teams, as they don't play for one of the biggest teams that should be favorites to win the Champions League, Mehdi outdoes him in both of those statistical categories. For me, there's only 2 reasons why Mehdi didn't get this award. Number 1, being he's simply Iranian. I've mentioned this many times, and you may call me wrong, you may call me biased, but that is the truth. There is Iranian tax when you're an Iranian footballer. You just don't get the credit, you don't get the spotlight, you don't get the transfers because you are just Iranian. And that's the facts. The politics play a big part of beaming over the player's success because of what's going on within the country. And that's just the sad truth. And then in regards to reason 2, Son is just the granola answer to always go with. He's the poster boy when it comes to Asian football. He's the happy guy that smiles all the time. And don't get me wrong, I love Son Heung-min. And sometimes I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves because he's Asian. But in this instance, he's just the poster boy of Asian football. And it's the easy granola answer to just give him the award. Tottenham were able to come out with a couple of promo videos congratulating Son because it's expected, because he's the guy who scores goals in the Premier League. So why wouldn't he win this award? In most instances, I would have to agree that Son should be winning the Asian Football Player of the Year award on a consistent basis, but he was outshined by Mehdi Taremi this year, and it's criminal that he didn't get himself that award. I know Iran didn't do as well as South Korea in the World Cup, but it was literally just a 1-game difference. And I know Mehdi doesn't play in the Premier League or the Bundesliga or the Serie A, one of the most precedented leagues in Europe, but he's still doing it in one of the top 5 leagues in the world. And I agree, Son will probably smash it in the Portuguese league, but is it Mehdi's fault that he's playing with FC Porto and that's the team that he plays on? He only can score the goals against the teams that are set out in front of him. Going back to what I said earlier, unfortunately Mehdi just hasn't gone that big move that he's probably wanted because he's Iranian and because of his age. I think if any Iranian is gonna succeed in the Premier League, I think Mehdi Taremi would be that guy, and I would love for him to go to the Premier League with the right club and shine in England. Because I feel like once that happens, he will be the guy to break the duck for all Iranians to play in the Premier League, and I will die on that hill. I know this was a fairly short video on the channel, but this was a topic I had to discuss as many of you DM'd me on social media saying what were my thoughts on this topic. But boys and girls, my opinion only matters so much. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this situation in the comments down below. Was Mehdi Taremi robbed of this award? Did Son actually deserve this award? Should Mehdi finally make a move to the Premier League? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to smash the like button on today's video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I hope you all have a lovely day.